Good afternoon and welcome to Say Newsfile. I am Marco Atem. Shona Luis will have a look at all the sport later in the show. What can we expect, Shona?
Oh, Marco, we'll have a look at the Flames, some baseball, and the end of March Madness as well.
We are eager to hear that. Nicole Matthew is following our weather today. How is it looking outside, Nicole?
Thanks, Marco. It's pretty chilly out today. It's cooled down quite a bit since the weekend. I do wish I remembered my jacket. We've got a high of 14 and a low of 0 today, a lot of clouds and a little bit of wind. The record high on today's date is 25 degrees in 1986, while the record low was minus 13 in 1997. Hopefully things warm up later in the week. Back to you.
Thank Nicole. Now let us look at today's top stories. There is a growing demand for internet technology professionals in business. To meet the need, SAID has launched a new program, new Bachelor of Technology degree program. Now Abel has more on the story.
SAID is introducing the Bachelor of Technology degree program starting in fall 2025. The BTech program will offer two options.
In BTech, we do have the most current demanding two programs. One is the Bachelor of Technology in Software Development and Bachelor of Technology in Cybersecurity. These are the two demanded programs right now, the demanded sectors in our tech industry.
The program is offered in a 2+2 format for students to build on their diploma and earn a degree. This system will allow students to gain more career opportunities.
Those who are completing their diploma, they can right away start another 2 years to get a degree. So the students are showing really good interest. So far, we are very pleased.
The excitement about the program could be felt at the launch party held Monday at SAID for staff and students.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited about it. I had never thought about it before, but now I'm really considering it.
It can also be felt by students like Abby McAvoy in the Architectural Technologies program. Abby is considering the software development program after finishing her current diploma.
Software is like my favorite part of my program. I was not expecting to like it as much as I do, but I love working with my software. So if I did go into software development, I would want to then further doing stuff with CAD and Revit.
The new BTech programs are scheduled to begin in the fall of 2025. If you're interested, applications are now open. For State Newsfile, I'm Noah Abel.
The former Prime Minister Stephen Harper consecutive later Pierre Poilievre during a rally in Edmonton, where 1,000 gathered to show their support. On Monday night, consecutive leader Pierre Poilievre held a rally in Edmonton, where he received a key endorsement from former Prime Minister Stephen Harper. Harper praised Poilievre's experience during particular rally where he served in the cabinet. Harper criticized Marconi over Pierre Poilievre. This is not the first time. Last month, he criticized the Liberal leader economic record. Harper was Prime Minister from 2006 to 2015. Liberal leader Mark Marconi spent the day in British Columbia, including a visit to Victoria, where he met with the provincial premier and pledged his support for the wood lumber industry. Marconi says under his leadership, the Liberals have implemented key measures, including scrapping the carbon tax for Canadians. On Monday, the party under leader Marconi names environment pledging to create at least 10 new national parks and 15 urban parks. The premier is expected to be in Calgary tonight for the campaign trail. We are 3 weeks away as the Canadians head to the fall to elect a new leader. The new design for Olympic Plaza in downtown Calgary have been revealed. The plaza is being rebuilt and will include an fountain and skating peak. Sam Algoroni has more on what it will look like.
Big changes are coming to downtown Calgary. The Calgary Municipal Land Corporation has unveiled designs for the $70 million Olympic Plaza transformation set to modernize the historic space while preserving its Olympic legacy. The project includes a central fountain that becomes a skating rink in winter, expanded green spaces, patios, and a year-round pavilion with food services. The new accessible design can host up to 5,000 people for events.
I'm really hoping that this will turn it into a vibrant area. You know, it's only vibrant in this area when you have events.
I'm just excited it's going to make it a better place to walk.
It's a bit of mixed emotion for me though, because I think, Olympic Plaza was fairly special to this city. Whether it was architecturally significant or not, it does represent sort of a big deal in this city's history. So a little bit mixed feelings.
Yes. Yeah, I always come down here when it was the old Olympic Plaza.
While most people like the new designs for the plaza, others, like small businesses, can't wait for the construction to end. They worry about the impact on customers and sales.
Actually, right now, the Olympic Plaza, the construction, it's affect our business because you can't see. It's a lot of construction, no visitor.
The highly anticipated project is expected to be completed by 2028. For St. Newsfile, I'm Sam Garani.
Since the U.S. Trump administration imposed tariff on several countries, trillions of dollars have been lost in the global stock market, sparking economic uncertainties and a negative sentiment worldwide. On Monday, the Canadian dollar and the Toronto Stock Exchange, crude oil finished in the red and despite an early boost. In the U.S., the top 500 companies have lost a year value of in just 3 days trading following Trump tariff announcement on April 2nd. While the impact of the market development is being felt across the border, many says it will also bring people together. Calgarians are handling the losses and the emotion in their own ways. The Trump tariff have really affected all oil prices. Oil prices have dropped over $10 since the tariff announcement. West Texas Intermediate crude down again today, trading at around $60 at a barrel. The prices of Brent crude is also dropping, and at midday it was around 63. Crop wire and catalytic encounter theft are a big problem in Alberta. Now the government is cracking down on the scrap metal crime in their province. Elliot Zen has the story.
In 2023, Alberta saw a reported 4,797 catalytic converter thefts, with over half coming from Edmonton and Calgary. To fight back, the province introduced the Scrap Metal Dealers and Recyclers Identification Act. It will help monitor sales and make it easier to track illegal activities. Metal dealers and suppliers would need to record transaction details, including sale value, metal type, and proof of ownership for catalytic converters.
Currently, business-to-business scrap metal sales are exempt from the reporting requirements, and by expanding the reporting requirements to include business-to-business transactions, we hope to prevent significant amounts of illicit scrap metal from entering into the legitimate market.
Alberta continues to see the trend of thefts continue to increase, with 67% of reported thefts coming from Edmonton and Calgary at nearly 40 cases each month. The demand for metals has also shifted focuses. Between 2021 and 2024, copper wire theft has increased by 93% in Alberta. Officials hope the new measures will curb further losses and hold offenders accountable. Here in Calgary, auto repair shops now offer catalytic converter engraving, so car owners can have VIN numbers permanently added to their converters. The program also adds stickers to windshields showing criminals that the once valuable converter is now worthless.
The new Nikita power saws, they can get in and out in seconds, and you won't get. And maybe the VIN ID, maybe they'll see it engraved and think twice.
Here at SAIT, students are aware of the trend of stealing catalytic converters, but don't seem too worried. For SAIT Newsfile, I'm Elliot Sam.
In a new development, Alberta government is taking further steps to give municipalities the option to replace the RCMP with a provincial police force. Public Safety Minister Mike Melis suggests that an independent Alberta Police Service could help address concern over RCMP staffing shortages and rising costs. If passed, Bill 49 would establish a new agency operating under a Crown corporation, keeping a separate from government. An additional $6 million has been allocated for the agency leadership team. However, Minister says that redirecting approximately $136 million. Drivers in Calgary have another big construction detour in their daily commute. Part of Memorial Drive is closed for flood mitigation work in Kingston and Sunnyside. Heben O'Reilly report.
As the city continues on with the Sunnyside Flood Barrier project, it is causing road and pathway closures in Calgary. The road closures are on eastbound Memorial between 10th Street and the Center Street Bridge. The project is also closing walking and bike paths from the Peace Bridge all the way to Princess Island Park. The city has seen a high number of paths close around other parts of Memorial Drive, and its area's residents have learned how to go with the flow.
Oh, well, it has had a little bit of disturbance. Anyways, you have to go around it and find other alternate routes, but you can still go through the park there too, and so it's just a little bit. It's just a pain. That's all. It's okay.
A lot of locals and downtown employees use the pathways, but are used to the path closures, detours, and traffic along Memorial Drive.
And we got to go to that crosswalk up there. It takes a little bit long, and the cars come in all ways. So yeah, it has.
To others, it's no problem. It just means a detour and a longer walk.
Not really, no. I could still walk to work, so that's good.
As the city of Calgary has a history of flooding, they are taking precaution to try to prevent one from happening in the future. Closures in the area are expected to remain until October of 2025. I'm Evan O'Reilly for St. Newsfile.
There are some big changes happening in the way students are said to use social media. They are moving away from X in protest of Elon Musk. Colton Young joined us on Said Campus Radio. Colton, what are some of the new apps they are using?
Yeah, absolutely, Marco. There's some access that is happening on X as of late. The new apps they're using include apps like Tumblr, Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, and as well older people still use Facebook. Students are looking for a way to find trustworthy information while still connecting with their friends. Shifting their social media usage at an all-time high. The shift comes amid growing concerns surrounding the user experience on X, particularly in the light of recent controversies surrounding Elon Musk's leadership. Majority of users, especially business owners, are leaving the app at an all-time rate, seeking more stable platforms to connect with audiences. The environment is perceived as unpredictable, risking businesses' online presence. A member of the State Advisory of Social Media Committee brings light on how X brings uncertainty for business owners.
They're getting off of platforms like X where it's just too risky. Like, you got to think, like, we live in a world where there's no such thing as a 2 or 3 or 4 star review for a business. There's a 5-star review or a 1-star review.
Dr. Crystal Krosky, an assistant professor at the Mount Royal University School of Communication, touches on how Gen Z students are changing the way they use social media.
I see students getting increasingly wary of social media platforms these days, with Elon Musk now at the helm of X and with increasing controversies erupting around Facebook. Students are starting to ask some questions.
TikTok, meanwhile, continues to dominate the video sharing landscape. The platform's potential for unfiltered self-expression and its ability to bolt ordinary users to fame without celebrity status make it especially appealing to the younger generation.
I don't know, I feel like there's been a lot more ads in recent years, and that's kind of annoying for me personally.
Like, it's kind of hard though to shift completely over to a new app, especially when so many companies, I guess, have like their businesses established on there already.
On Snapchat, not as much, although I would say that I see so much sexualized content.
With fake news all over the place, Gen Zs continue to struggle with finding a trustworthy social media app. Obviously, after speaking to the state students, Generation Z is finding trouble having their best app to use. They're still looking for a better way to use social media. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Reporter Colton Young reporting live from SAID campus. Those are today's top stories. We will have a full podcast after the break. But first, Nicole Matthew has a look at what is going on outside this week.
Musicians can pop by the Hideout YYC every Tuesday for a chance to perform. Set up with an acoustic guitar, bass, and electric drums, the stage is open at 6:30 tonight. Country fans, Dylan Gossett's Back 40 Tour is tonight at the Palace Theater at 7 p.m. Tickets are $40. Golf fanatics can participate in group lessons on Tuesdays for the rest of April until May 2nd. From 5 to 8:45 p.m., swing by Golf and Tacos. Tickets are $464.32. Looking for romance? Straight speed dating for ages 20 to 29 is this Sunday, April 13th. Phil and Sebastian Coffee in the Simmons Building is hosting an afternoon to make connections for serious singles from 2:30 to 5:30 p.m. Tickets are $46.13. Sunday, April 13th, paint like no one is watching. Kensington Art Supply is inviting artists to a 3-hour minimal abstract art class from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Tickets are $84.
Do you have event tickets you can't use anymore? Donate them to Kids Up Front. Kids Up Front gives tickets to deserving kids and their families. They get your gift in the hands of kids through their community agencies across Calgary. They believe all kids should have access to experiences like arts, culture, and sporting events. These tickets provide an opportunity for participants to make memories and create unforgettable experiences. Kids Up Front provides more than just a ticket. They provide an experience.
Find your new best friend at the Edmonton Humane Society. Whether you're on your own or a part of a busy household, the Edmonton Humane Society has the perfect match waiting just for you. Every wag of a tail is proof of the meaningful bonds created at the Edmonton Humane Society. Their adoption program connects you with furry companions who are eager to share their love with you. Visit their website at edmontonhumanesociety.com. Find your perfect match.
Welcome back to SAID Newsfile. I'm Nicole Matthews, and let's take a look at the weather. Looking around Western Canada, Vancouver and Edmonton are both pretty rainy. Vancouver at 11 and Edmonton at 14. Regina has some clouds at 2 degrees, and it looks like Winnipeg is pretty lucky to have some sun at 8. Looking further east, it's cloudy all around. Toronto is at 0 and Montreal is also sitting at 0. A little further up, Halifax is at 1, and if you keep looking around, it seems like St. John's is at 1 and they have some snow coming down. Time to bundle up. Now, looking at some resort weather. Looking at resort weather today, Palm Springs a sunny 21, quite hot in Barbados at 30. Some warmer spots are stuck in cloudy weather, like Cancun at 22, Honolulu at 24, and Orlando at 18, while Vegas is bright and sunny at 19. Calgary today has a high of 14 degrees, and we've got some mostly cloudy conditions throughout the day, while the wind is coming from the northwest at 18 kilometers an hour, and we've got some showers later tonight. Looking around Alberta, we have some sun up in Fort McMurray at -1. Grand Prairie is a bit warmer at 10, also sunny. Edmonton and Red Deer both have some cloud, with Edmonton at 11 and Red Deer is sitting at 7. Looking at Banff, sunshine at 2 degrees. Calgary midday is a little bit sunny at 8. Lethbridge is lucky to be quite a bit warmer at 17 degrees, while Medicine Hat is not so lucky to be sitting under some clouds at 9. For the 5-day forecast, tonight it's cloudy at 0. And tomorrow we do have a little bit of sun with a high of 13. Thursday and Friday, very sunny with 18 and 15, and cloudy by Saturday. After the break, Shauna Lewis is up with sports.
Look at this little guy. He has so much love to give. And so does he. Positive Match rescues dogs from all over the world and takes care of them here in Calgary, giving them the love they deserve. And that comes through the support of adoptions and donations. This is to continue to bring a positive change to as many pets' lives as we can. To adopt or donate, visit positivematch.org.
Come and learn the fast-paced world of television production. Find your passion to write, shoot, edit, and direct news, sports, and dramatic productions. With industry-standard technology and the best instructors in the business, SAIT's television production program teaches you everything you need to know for a career in broadcasting. This is television production. Come and dare to be on air.
Welcome back to Say Newsfile. Shona Luis joining us now for a look at the latest highlight. What can we expect, Shona?
Well, Marco, first we're going to take a look at what's going on with the Flames.
Thank you.
The Flames secured a victory over the San Jose Sharks with a 3-goal third period. In yesterday's game, the Flames were down and came back with a dominant performance in the third period with an early goal from Adam Klapka, kicking things off, followed by one redirected by Jonathan Huberdeau, and another towards the end from Matt Coronado. The team only has a few weeks to make playoffs as they are currently neck and neck with the Minnesota Wild for the wild card. This game has put them in a position where there could be a possibility of the team making the playoffs.
Well, nothing changes, until there's a 0% chance of us making the playoffs. We're going to fight till the end and give ourselves any opportunity. That's why you got to play the games. You never know what can happen on.
Held on for a 3-2 win after the Sharks pushed hard until the end. Adam Klapka stepped up to tie the game with his 4th goal of the year. Dustin Wolf had yet another strong performance in goal with a .935 save percentage. Will Smith had both goals for San Jose. The hockey world has lost the voice of an incredible broadcaster. Former NHL goalie and Sportsnet color commentator Greg Millen has died. Olivia Walker looks at his life and career.
The hockey world is mourning the loss of Greg Millen. His hockey career spanned 14 seasons in the NHL, and he played in net for 6 teams: the Pittsburgh Penguins, Hartford Whalers, St. Louis Blues, Quebec Nordiques, Chicago Blackhawks, and the Detroit Red Wings. After returning in 1992, Millen transitioned from goaltending to broadcasting, becoming a trusted voice for fans across Canada. Greg made an impression on everyone, including his former co-workers.
We are all poor for his absence. He was a tremendous broadcaster, a friend to all of us.
In honor of Greg Millen, Sportsnet chose not to produce their own broadcast of the Calgary Flames versus San Jose Sharks game on Monday. David Amber of Sportsnet announced this decision, stating it was made out of respect for Millen's family, friends, and colleagues.
Greg was a loving husband to his wife Anne and a beloved father to his children, whom he spoke about often and with incredible pride.
Instead, Sportsnet aired the San Jose Sharks broadcast. Randy Hahn of NBC Sports California remembered Millen during last night's game to the Canadian audience.
All of us here with the San Jose Sharks and NBC Sports would like to express our sincerest condolences to all of you, and especially the Millen family.
Greg Millen will not only be remembered as a player and Sportsnet host, he also covered iconic events like the Stanley Cup, the Olympics, and the World Cup of Hockey. Greg Millen's legacy in hockey, both on the ice and in the broadcast booth, leaves a mark on the game that he loved. For St. Newsfile, I'm Olivia Walker.
The Calgary Canucks are headed on the road to the Drumheller Memorial Arena in Drumheller to take on the Dragons in the South Division Final. The Canucks have won 2 games in the Inter-Pipeline Playoff Series so far against the Drumheller Dragons. Riley Brayko, Hayden Fechner, and Nathan Malone rallied 3 quick goals on Saturday. Lachlan Kozicki scored a power play goal for the Dragons, but they fell short as the Canucks toppled them by a score of 6-2. Captain Bowden Singleton is the player to watch for the Canucks. Puck drop at 7 p.m. tonight. March Madness has come to an end, and the Florida Gators took home the win over the Houston Cougars in the men's basketball national for the NCAA. The Gators only took the lead for 64 seconds, and the team was down by 12 points with 16 minutes left in the game. The Gators slowly came back, closing the gap with the Cougars, and went on to tie the game soon after. The Gators finally took the lead in the last final minutes of the game and made key defensive plays to make the winning play. The Gators were down for a while but came back in the end. The team had a few high-scoring players for the game, with Richards having a total of 18 points, Condon 12 points, and Clayton 11 points. The Cougars' top three were Cryer with 19 points, and Roberts and Sharp both having 8 points. The UConn's women's team took home the win for the Women's National Basketball League in the NCAA against South Carolina's women's team. Sarah Strong led Connecticut stats-wise to a dominant win over the game, alongside top WNBA draft prospect Paige Beckers, who after 5 long years with the Huskies secured her first national title. The final score on Sunday's championship game was 82-59. Despite the efforts of South Carolina's 19-year-old rising star, Joyce Edwards, this is UConn's 12th championship overall, but their first in 9 years.
Kids shouldn't have to worry about where they get their next meal. That's why Brown Bagging for Calgary Kids is so much more than a lunch program. It's a community of volunteers, donors, and friends, taking meaningful action to connect kids through healthy food. With over 600 volunteers who help feed over 6,500 kids every school day, helping students get the food they need to reach their full potential. For more information on how you can get involved, visit brownbaggingforcalgarykids.org.
They lost their place back there.
Find your script.
What are they doing?
In China, car modification is almost impossible due to strict regulations under Regulation 1087, aimed at reducing pollution and ensuring road safety. For enthusiasts who love customizing cars, these restrictions stifle their passion. In Canada, they found a place where they can modify their cars as they like.
China's Regulation 1087 is pretty annoying for all the car players because sometimes their thought cannot be fulfilled. So first, I like to mess with things like engine, exhaust, and suspension. It just makes the car more fun to drive.
For Canadian car lovers, modifying cars is often seen as a creative hobby. They are surprised to hear about the challenges faced by Chinese car lovers.
I never heard that before, but it sounds painful to car enthusiasts because driving a normal sports car is just boring, you know, like you at least gonna modify your rim, suspension, or drivetrain, or even the engines.
In contrast, for Chinese auto mechanics, the difference in car culture is significant.
就是玩车文化比较高级，但是呢，设备比国内来说要落后很多。如果能把国内的设备带到这边来的话，我相信这边的文化会发展得更好，而且有更多自己的东西出来。
For many Chinese car enthusiasts, Canada is not just a new home. It is a place where they can finally pursue their passion for car modification and showcase their creativity to the world. For Set Newsfile, I'm Yuta Guo.
Welcome back. Nicole Matthew joined us with 5 days podcast.
Let's take a look. Tonight we've got some clouds with a low of 0. Tomorrow we have a little bit of sun in there with a high of 13. Thursday and Friday, super sunny at 18 and 15. And by Saturday, we've got some clouds with a high of 9. So hopefully the weekend is looking a little bit better.
Thank you, Nicole. That was Nicole. And from all of us,
thanks so much, guys. Great job.